What's up, world? It's your boy, Coach EV, aka EV the Geeker, and welcome to another episode of Talking Hoops in the Sip. That's right, Talking Hoops in the Sip. And I'm telling you, I'm as excited as I can be today. It seems like we ain't been on in a minute, and I am happy to be here with my guys, the easy one, Eddie Young. What up, Eddie?
What's up, EV? What's up, Cord?
And my guy Cordarius Jones of the DC Bucks. What up, Cord?
What up, Coach? What up, Eddie? Coach, director, everything, Mississippi Play Sport, everything, Mississippi.
Yeah, I mean, he just does it all. Mississippi Play Sports, CYBL, CEBL, CEBL, just whatever. BLT sandwich, just all type of stuff he got going.
And that BLT sound pretty good right about now. We was just talking about it. We hadn't ate anything, so. But
let me mention our sponsors today. Got another sponsor today. We have our normal and Tatum and Wade law firm located at 124 East Meat Street, right here in Jackson, Mississippi. Tatum and Wade are serious lawyers with serious results. And I say, if you want to get paid, you need to go to Tatum and Wade, so that's what I say every week, all the time. So people need to be calling Tatum and Wade. Matter of fact, call Tatum and Wade someday and just tell him you talk to EV and see what kind of deal he give you, man. He might give you a deal. Just tell him the Geeker sent you. And then today we have a special sponsor, Herbalife, an Herbalife sponsor. If you are interested in getting rid of that COVID body, then you should reach out to Kimberly Young. That sounds familiar. Kimberly Young. In relation to Eddie Young, 601-906-2636. She can help you make the lifestyle change you need to get that that summer body you're looking for. That's Kimberly Young at 601-906-2636. Eddie, real quick, since it's your wife we're talking about, tell us a little bit about, man. I heard she lost some weight.
Yeah, she has. I'm proud of her. In 2 months, she knocked out 44 pounds, man. Herbalife I think is really life-changing for her. I'm trying to get mentally prepared to kind of start working on it. My weight fluctuates up and down. I used to be in shape like Cord and Talante, but hey, Talante and Cord, I don't know if y'all married, but married life will do this to you, man. You start to hit your 40s and metabolism start to go down a little bit. But seriously, I think she's taken a serious approach to her health. She gave up meat. She doesn't eat any meat anymore. And man, she just made some really, really lifestyle changes. And so typically when you're living with someone, you can't see the weight loss, but I mean, it's dramatic to see her, have lost 44 pounds and she's got about 20 pounds away from her target. So hit her up. I think she's got some really good things going on and she can really help people change people's lives. So, and I'm glad that she's our sponsor, and EV just let us know where we need to mail that check to, buddy.
Yes, sir. You know what? She's a sweet lady. Anytime somebody's married to you, she has to have a heart for the lost, because you're definitely lost. But anyway, that's another story. What up, T-Web? Good to have you in here from Southern Sports Platform, out there in the woods and in the West Point land.
We on the slab, baby.
Yeah, I see you got a little basketball thing back there. It's just
this the NBA goal. This ain't, it look little on there, but that's the 72-inch.
Okay, the NBA. Also, I just seen on the chat we got Donovan Sanders on. What up, D Sanders? Sanders, it just segues into what we're going to be doing a little bit. What we're going to be talking about tonight is our first annual Talking Hoops in the Sip this weekend, this Saturday. March 27th, beginning at 9 a.m. And I'm telling you, the teams are loaded. We're going to be there all day. It's going to be I'm probably going to need 2-3 days to recover might be longer than that. I might need a week to recover because it just seems like we've been, planning and doing different things. And so we got some good players. I kind of want to just tonight go over some of the rosters, and then we can talk about some of the players that's going to be playing. Eddie and Cord, y'all can talk about a little bit about the girls, and then I'll chime in as well, and then Cordarius, Talante, you can talk about the boys. Shoes may or may not be on. He's at a college game tonight. So again, I want you to those jump in on the chat. We might give away a free ticket to the game, because it's gonna be. I'm telling you, it's gonna be loaded on Saturday, and we need everybody to come out. This is, really, you can argue this is the last official high school event of this season. AAU is, has already started, which we'll be talking about, AAU as the season goes along. Matter of fact, there's a Battle of the South AAU tournament this weekend as well here in Jackson. So I would just encourage you to, if you like basketball, come check both of those out. My guy Lamar Roy is going to be doing that, and over there at the NBA. But we're going to be at MRA, Madison Ridgeland Academy, out in Madison, Mississippi, where the great duo of Josh Hubbard and AKA J Hub and Phillip Rivers, that's the quarterback, Phillip Hughes, AKA Cookies and Cream. I call him Cookies and Cream because, Jason Williams is white chocolate. And so, if you ever watch Phillip Hughes play, he gonna try to give you some of that Jason Williams flavor, but I can't call him white chocolate because that name is already, so I just gave him Cookies and Cream. So it's gonna be a lot of exciting, starting with that 24-25 game, North versus South. Let's go over the rosters. On the North, you got Brooklyn Hodum, 5'7", 5'6", young lady from Belmont, state champion winner. Matter of fact, Brooklyn is the one who hit the game-winning layup on the pass from Player of the Year, All-Stater, North Alabama signee Macy Walker. Also, you got Reese Moore played on that good Tish Mingo team. Alexis Gordon played on Pontotoc, the state championship team. She's only a freshman, didn't get many minutes this year, but she's going to be a valuable player down the road. Faith Yates from Columbus Christian, Chloe Chisholm from New Site, 5'11", Macy Pfeiffer, MVP as an 8th grader from Inglemoor. Kaylee Johnson, another Inglemoor state champion, will be on that team. The number two 7th grader, arguably in the state, will be playing this game, and that's Franziska Kelly from Horn Lake Middle School. Then you're going to have Lauren Story from Ripley, Kaylee Harrison, Camellia Jones, both of Yazoo County, Shania Cook, and Brianna Black from the state champion. Well, she went to Olive Branch Middle School. Her sister played on that state champion team. Talk to us a little bit about, guys, some of those, some highlights, some girls. Corey, we'll start with you, and then we'll go with Eddie. Highlight some of those girls you think on that North team that you think that we need to be looking at and the people need to be talking about.
Most definitely, I think they need to be looking at the number, like you said, number 2 7th grader in the state. To a lot of us, Franziska Kelly. That'll be, I think, her first time being able to be on a big stage like that in the state. So I think it'll be, hopefully, it's a coming out party for her. Shania Cook from Blue Mountain, Brianna Black from Olive Branch. Then you got Macy Pfeiffer. They got a really, really good team with Brooklyn Hold'em. I'm good. I'm wanting to see the Chloe Chisholm kid. Heard a lot about her. Haven't really seen her. But I'm just excited to see, that team there. See how they look together.
Eddie, talk to me what you think about that North team. Coached by the way, Kelby Johnson and Tupelo assistant coach Brenton Hadley.
I'll just kind of start just like Cordelia said. Got a chance to see the Kelly kid a couple of weeks ago at the Junior Gauntlet tournament here in Jackson. And man, she's as good as advertised. She's mean as a rattlesnake, really tough, a fierce competitor. You know, she's continuing to grow, so that's going to really be a bode well in her. I mean, if she gets to 6 feet tall, you're talking about a high major kid in the state of Mississippi. That, you know, she's training, she's got a hell of a work ethic and a really good supportive father in Joe Kelly, man. So her future is really, really bright. You know, being the number 2 ranked player in the state and then a national ranked kid too. Of course, you talked about Brooklyn Hood'em. I really like Brooklyn, man. I think she's a player sometimes that kind of flies under the radar. Again, she had the big state championship game-winning shot, but she's got a beautiful shot, man. She can really stroke the basketball. You know, doesn't really try to get out of her element. She can score the basketball, defend well, a really, really heady basketball player. I mean, I think you guys talked about Alexis Gordon at punter talk. I'm really high on her skill set. I think when Coach Kyle Hurd, you know, figures out how to use her, I think she's going to be a really, really big asset for that program moving forward. She's an extremely talented kid that can score the basketball, really, really active defensively. Brianna Black is a really smooth kid that I got a chance to see this year in the GL deal up with Court Harris and Mark that they were running up there, man. And she's a kid that's going to be special, I think. And so Shania Cook, I was impressed with her too a couple of weeks ago. I think she's got a really, really good chance. She was able to play at the high low and kind of go from the high post to the low post and did some really good things. And Faith Yates at Columbus Christian is a kid that's kind of on the rise. One of those old school rugged players that can kind of finish around the rim, can defend multiple positions. I mean, Reese Moore, Tisha May, I mean, all these kids, we got a lot of talent. I hadn't seen the Jones kid from Yazoo County or the Harrison kid from Yazoo County yet, so I'm excited to see those 2 kids play. And of course, Macy Pfeiffer, the number 2 rated player in Mississippi Place, the great Mississippi Place sports player rankings. Macy Pfeiffer, you know, to see her play, she's definitely a stud, ain't no doubt. So I think that North team is going to be something special. And then as we segue to the South team, I'll just kind of let you talk about them core because it looks like EV is maybe tied up.
You know, I haven't seen the roster, and you know, some of them kids young. I know Taylor Felton, Alana Rousey, they're gonna be on the South team. Them special players. I'm talking about high major, great players in the state. But the other players I really haven't seen a lot, so I'm looking forward to seeing them. I don't know who on the roster. I haven't looked. I don't think I've seen the roster today.
I'm gonna go over the list. I don't know why. I thought I was unmuted, and then I'll let you guys talk about it. We got Taylor Felton. Either, you know, I believe the top point guard in the state in that class, no doubt. Top 3 flip a coin player in the state in that 9th grade class. Alana Rousey, you know, definitely, you know, 1, 2, 3. You know, right now, I guess I know Eddie, I think, has her as at 1. I think Taylor's 2. Then you got Tootie Lockett from Noxubee, the 5'7" combo.
Hey,
I know.
Hold on, Evie or Talante.
Yeah.
Tootie Lockett.
Hey, look, I see her all the time. She from my way. I rough her games, and I've seen her. I mean, she's been pretty good since 8th grade, even playing varsity. So I think she has a chance to be a really good player. If she does what she needs to do, I think she got a chance to be pretty special.
Yeah, she really does. You know, she's a scoring machine. She does it easy. I think she's got to really work. She's one of those girls that just is a hooper.
Yeah.
But as she continues to work on her skill set, she's going to really take it to the next level. Like right now, she doesn't shoot the ball with her left hand at all. It's right hand layups on the left, both sides. But little stuff like that, now you're talking about an elite player. Well, she's already an elite player in the state, but now you're talking about what level does she play at? Because I think she's around, I would say she's 5'7", 5'8". I don't know if she's going to grow anymore. Girls usually stop growing, you know, around the 9th grade. So if she were to somehow, I don't know, a miracle happened and she got 2 more inches, she's, to me, would be, I consider her definitely a no-brainer high major kid. Then we got Jatoy Johnson, 5'10", 8th grader. Satya Johnson, a 6 foot, 2024 9th grader from St. Andrews. I'm really looking forward to seeing her play. Heard a lot about her. You got Julissa Claxton from Merle, just a jitterbug. JoJo Wilson, one of the top eighth graders in the state. And I just want to have a shout out to Nadia Norfleet of the North. For whatever reason, I don't know why she's not in this game. I guess I got to take the blame. I should have just ran her down, because Nadia Norfleet, I wanted to see that matchup, Nadia Norfleet versus JoJo, because those are no question, in my mind, the two best eighth grade guards in the state.
Hold on, Evie. Let's not leave out Carly Brock too. You got to put Carly Brock.
Yeah, Carly Brock's right. Yeah, Carly Brock's right there. I probably, after seeing all three of them, I probably would have, if you just made me rank them today, you just put a gun in my head, that's like you're doing, I would have Norfleet. It would be so close, but it'd probably be Norfleet, JoJo, and Brock. And that would be my order, and only because every one of them brings something different to the table. Brock is tough as nails. She's physical. She's not afraid. But I think both of those, JoJo is really skilled. She's really fast. I think both of those girls are more skilled than Brock offensively. But Brock is probably tougher than both of them. But Norfleet is so fast, that's the only, and like I said, it would be like by percentage. They're that close, really they're flip a coin close. That's how close they are to me. And so, but that's going to be interesting to see JoJo. Then we got a young lady named Georgia Gigi Lindsay from Park Lane, 5'7" young lady who's not only a good basketball player, but a good softball player. Alexandra Kelly from Clinton, Maya Porter, the 6'2" kid from Boga Chitta, Anasia Carey from Harrison Central, 6'3". I'm really excited about seeing her. She's a potential superstar. Zion Harvey from Vicksburg, 2025. And another young lady had her coming out party at your tournament who played with Cordarius, Caitlyn Hall, 6'2", from my old high school, junior high. W.A. Higgins, junior high, Clarksdale, Mississippi. Talk to us a little bit about that, Eddie, the girls, and tell me your thoughts. You can jump right in.
I'm trying to place one.
That debate we was just having.
Well, I think it's a great debate, man. And, like our leaders in the country say, in America, we like a good debate. I think they are the three best point guards in the state in that class. Right now, I have Carly Brock 1, Johanna JoJo Johnson 2, and Nadia Norfleet 3. But I mean, it's just so close. I got a chance to see. I was fortunate to see Carly Brock and Norfleet kind of go at each other a little bit. So I have had a chance to see them. I'm really, really encouraged to see JoJo. JoJo is just JoJo just wake up out the bed, just tough, man. She's small. She's got that chip on her shoulder. Man, she can get right. She can get left, get downhill. I think Brock's a little bit stronger. So it's going to be a good matchup. I know JoJo's going to be ready to go at her. Carly Brock ain't going to back down. Of course, she's tough as nails.
Well, Carly Brock is not playing, Eddie, today. You know that.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. So, but I mean, I think those are definitely the three. And I'm gonna tell you too, Zion Harvey is not too far behind those girls as well. She's from Zion Harvey from Warren Central. She's a really, really heady, smart, extremely smart, high IQ. I would probably say of those three, she's probably got the highest IQ of those kids. Not as athletic, not as quick, but she's definitely got her head up. She can make good plays and makes everybody around her better. So we'll get a chance to see Zion Harvey if you guys haven't seen her. Juke Claxton, as you said, is just like a motor that never stops. Taylor Felton, I mean, everybody knows her. She's one of the top kids in the country already with 2 Division I offers. Gigi Lindsay has a chance to be a pro in softball. She's got offers from USM and all types of people in terms of softball. She's coming on board on our travel ball program. Got a chance to speak to her dad on yesterday, and they're coming on board to be a part of our program. I think she's going to be a really asset to that 2024 team of Coach Felton. But she started at Park Lane as an 8th grader and did really, really well the last 2 years. She can flat out get it done. Just a tough kid that can score, make people better. So she'll be there. Get a chance to look at her. Alexandra Kelly is a super athlete, extremely fast, can score left hand, right hand. And just, a kid that's really blossoming. I think this is really important for Alexandra Kelly to go out here and kind of make her name known amongst some of the better kids in her class. Anasia Carey at 6'3", 6'4", can handle the basketball, play out on the perimeter, got a nice jump shot. At that particular height, if she hits one more growth spurt and gets to 6'5", 6'6", they always say you add 6 inches to girls. So a 6-foot girl is a 6'6" player. A 6'6" kid is a 7-foot player. So that kid gets to be 6'5", 6'6". You're talking about a Kevin Durant type of kid that can step out and shoot the basketball, a la Madison Booker, who's at 6 foot, who, obviously she's not that type of skilled player yet, but definitely got some of that European type of game with Anasia Carey. Tootie Lockett, I'm going to be honest with you, she's trending to be, one of the, she's right there, Evie, and we talked about this off the camera. Talante even says she's the, says she's the best player in that class. Tootie's coming for that top spot, man. She's just really, I think Alana has done it at a higher level, but Tootie had 41 points against Choctaw Central this year. She's had a lot of 30-point games, and Coach Mike Johnson said she could have had 50 in the Choctaw Central game, but she burnt out because they had actually played 2 games that day. He had scheduled a game that morning. They ended up playing later on that day. So the kid had 41 against Choctaw at 4 o'clock and had like 36 against somebody at 12 o'clock. The kid scored 70-something points in a day. So Tootie Lockett is a name that you definitely want to hear about. I know Mississippi State is recruiting her, and I know she's got some ties there. Alana Rousey, #1 player in the state the last 2 years, a double machine, just can rebound and defend, and she's actually starting to advance her game to being able to shoot out on the perimeter. In the tournament this weekend, according to Lunte, she actually took some nice jump shots. So she started to expand and start playing.
You playing with y'all with the Bobcat?
Yeah, she's a Bobcat player too. So we pretty close to getting this deal done with Cordaire's Tulane. We about to take over this state, man. So that's a whole nother show. But Jatoy Johnson is another Bobcat player that can really score the basketball for Clinton High School. She's got a really good motor, super athlete. We just loaded with talent. Satya Johnson, Evie, you guys hadn't saw her, but Satya Johnson was an old Bobcat player as well. I think she's playing over at SR1 now. But she's a long, lanky, rangy kid, that's been out there. Her brother is a basketball player. She comes from a basketball family. So she's actually a relative of Mike Hobart as well. So, she's got a lot of basketball ties, and it's in her genes, and she's going to be a super athlete, just smooth and quick. And I tell you, the kid that y'all definitely want to watch out for too. I love this kid, Demaya Porter, 6'2" post player from Boca Chica. She had a 27 and 16-point game in the district playoffs this year. She's a kid. She reminds me of a taller version of Alana, just go rebound, defend, rim protect. She's not an offensive threat at all right now. She can't score other than if she's getting trash points. But if she developed a mid-range jump shot, I tell you who she reminds me of, Evie and Cord and Talante. She reminds me of a younger Kennedy Ransom. That same type of player, man. Just motor, run, finish around the rim type of kid. And then the Caitlyn Hall, which is one of Cordaire's kids, was really, really impressed with her. This kid got a huge upside, man. She's a space eater, big, strong body, can rebound, finish left hand, right hand. She gave us fits a couple of weeks ago. We just couldn't. We tried to front her, they throw it over the top. She's definitely got some conditioning things that she's working on. And I know Cordaire's going to do a good job with that. They have a tremendous program. So, this kid's by the end of the summer, she's going to be a handful. So that's a great group. I'm going to make my prediction. And Evie, I don't care what your next topic was. I'm gonna make my prediction as I look at this. I'm gonna say the South wins this game 65-58. The South wins 60. Go ahead and write it down, Evie.
I thank you. I appreciate you pumping me to do that, but I got you. You ain't got to worry about that.
65-58 the South. Too much Tootie Lock. Hey, look, too much Tootie Lockett down the street. Gonna act. They say what Tootie Lockett did. Like Chuck Taylor say, whatever she wanted. Uh,
How should Lockett get on that team? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
we,
Get on the South.
I don't know. You got to talk to Mr. EV about that one.
It's one of those things where
Nah, I'm just messing. I know what it is.
you are not I forgot you that North guy. Cora, what you got to say about anything? You got anything to add on that South team? Anybody you want?
Got off for a minute about that point guard debate y'all had.
Tell me your thoughts, Carly Brock, Noddy Norfleet, or you haven't seen JoJo play yet, have you?
I haven't seen JoJo, I don't think.
What about Carly Brock, Noddy Norfleet?
I've seen Carly Brock, a lot of live streams. I'm watching everybody live streams. I'm watching. So I watched a lot this weekend of her. I think she more of the true guard. I think Nadia just get buckets, and I think Nadia can be a true guard too. So I think Nadia just bring a little bit more on the table because she really can score that ball. Like, she can score. And it's hard to stay in front of Nadia. It's hard.
Well, you know, Carl is my baby and Nadia is your baby. So, when it's close, we gonna go with our, we go go with our, I mean, it's just like,
now, I ain't gonna lie, Carly Brock is maybe the more true point guard. Like, she really is looking to pass, and she can dribble, and she explosive. I just think offensively, if we talking, I think Nadia could be a true guard too, but Nadia definitely is a bucket getter,
Yeah, and I think for me, and see, everybody has, you guys got your own biases. My biasness is I lean toward offense, the complete person, because I was an offensive person. So you kind of, a lot of times I tell kids and people, even coaches, when you pick a coach, you got to check, especially a coach that played basketball, check their history. If they were a defensive type player, just hard nosed, well, you best believe they're probably going to be that type of coach, and that's what you're going to be playing for. If they was kind of offensive minded, I'm going to let you release that thing. That's probably what you're going to get right there. That's what I was. I mean, I'm releasing it, let it go, dime you very much. I lay you, I trade you, I shoot it from step range, all that type stuff. They, and so I'm going to let you do your thing. But I do love Brock's toughness. There's a reason, I think, Eddie, you may have told me she played football, with the boys. I can see that because not once did I see fear when she went at Taylor Felton. And she even actually, Taylor played with the ball in front of her twice, and she said, let me have that, and got a 211 twice on Taylor. So the toughness, they're so close, though. Those three kids, to me, are just stupid close. Like, if you were given, percentage points, like I said, flip a coin points. We can go, either way. If we were picking teams, three teams, neither one of us would be unhappy because we didn't get the other one. It would be like, okay, Corey, you took Nadia, Eddie, you took Carly, and I took JoJo, and I feel real good. It's not like I'm gonna be like, oh man, I feel like so it's gonna be good. But
I think both of them gonna benefit. I think both of them gonna benefit from this summer. I know Nadia, she haven't really played on, these type of, they're gonna play against a lot of good talent in their grade. I think Carly, she got I think she looked good, and I don't think she played on a high level like that. So going against a Taylor Felton, if she's stepping up to the challenge every day, I think we're gonna flip a coin at the end of the season, some ball season. We'll see. So.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I really thought Carly Brock was in this game. I don't know why. I just assumed that she was one of the kids that was in the game because I was looking forward to. I could have sworn I saw her name on the list, but either way, like you said, they'll have their opportunities to compete against each other. And her and Nadia Northfield have proven that they can play up, as well as JoJo Johnson. Johanna. I think Wilson. I think she could have. Been an all Metro player in JPS right now. As a matter of fact,
ain't no question.
Yeah, I think she might be the best point guard in JPS as an 8th grader. Like, I don't know if there's a high school point guard better than her in JPS.
She's close. She's right there. I would probably put. I would probably look at Janae Garner over at where's Janae at Forest Hill really good. Not as, JoJo got a little bit more flair to her, but Garner, a veteran. I'm not gonna go that far, but she's right there. She's in the you're in the you're not off at all. You're in the conversation. She's in the conversation. There's no question about that. You got Cameron Edwards over at, I don't think she's better than Cam at Murrah.
Well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure Cam. I know Cam plays the point guard position, and I know we're going to talk about some other guards later tonight, but I'm not sure if Cam, to me, is a point guard. Cam is, I know she plays point for Coach Ross. She handles the ball a lot, but she's not, she's a score first guard to me. And you mention it, and I want to piggyback on the football deal. Talante, did you know that Tootie Lockett had made the varsity football team in Knoxville County too?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Felton told me today that Jessica said she tried out for the football team, high school football team, her and Baby J, and said they made it, and they were going to be starters on the football team this year.
Well, I'm just going to say this. I'm going to say this, and I don't mean no disrespect. If they was going to start on for any boys football team, that football team was garbage.
Oh, no. Knox would be a championship level team. Now,
they ain't nowhere in the world. It ain't no way. You're not going to sell me. Don't get me started on that. Ain't nowhere in the world a girl's going to start on a football team other than the kicker. Now, I don't mean no harm.
Hey, check this out. Now, hey, we talk about football now. You know the North, we run football now. We're not going to do that.
That's what I'm saying. She ain't gonna. And you say she a championship team? What position she gonna play? Come on, I like the heat.
I can see her catching a hitch route or catching a slant. I ain't gonna lie, I can see her doing it.
I can see her catching it on a flag football game. Yeah, she would get like.
You talking about powder puff?
We didn't do that. I'm just not gonna. We ain't gonna do that.
Yeah.
Hey, that's what I heard. Coach Felton to be on a little bit later.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna. I ain't gonna even let him repeat that. Not in a skill position.
I don't know about that one.
Come on now, like don't get me started. And for all you, please don't come at me about this. Like,
but hold on, Evie Carly Brock just started at quarterback for her middle school team. So she was a starting quarterback.
How many
she playing against 8th grade kids that's her age, and she was the best player on the football team as a quarterback. She was the best player on the team. So don't tell me that it can't be done.
How many games did they?
I don't know. We ain't got to get into our logistics, man.
That's right. That makes a difference. I mean, it's cool. You're right. I want to ease out that. Let's go to what up, Shoes? We got Shoes coming back.
We can't see them, guys.
Y'all can't see me?
No, man. You look.
It's okay. We don't need to see you. We can hear you. We see your eyes.
I'm driving. It's in the dog, man. I'm driving in the dog. Let me see if I get a little light here.
No, you good. No, we need you. Hey, we don't need no accident happening on the show. Pay attention to the road. We ain't got to ever see your face because we don't need this to be the highest rated show because Shoes done ran off the road geeking. No, we don't need that. We need you paying attention. Like, don't even look at us. But anyway, let's go over real quick the 24 boys. I'm gonna run through them a little quicker. Look, Talante, I'm just gonna read them off real quick, and you're gonna talk to me about them. Obviously, Tally Weber, the point guard from West Point, 2025, who played varsity as a freshman. Caleb Cunningham, Choctaw County. Jalen Tyler, Olive Branch, and Quez Thompson. And we got Whit Altmeyer, J.T. Beasley from Saltillo, Kowalski Lambert from Clinton. I wish Chuck was on here. He'll know who that kid is.
I know who Kowalski Lambert is.
Okay. Shoes can talk about it. We got Dylan Rowe, Mark Rowe's son, will be on that team, along with Jakenya McGee from Mid County. I know y'all don't know anything about him. And then who I think, and I'm excited about a matchup that we're going to talk about, spend a little time on. We're going to have Trey Alexander from Clinton Christian School. But go ahead, Talante, and let's talk about that 9th grade group.
Don't forget about EJ Payman. EJ Payman going to
be EJ Payman. That's right. Thank you for reminding me about that. And if I miss somebody, because this is an old list I'm looking at, I don't have my new list.
But just to start, Tally, my brother, he played varsity. He moved up at the end of the season. He averaged about 6 to 8 points a game there, probably about 4 or 5 assists. So he had a couple of games we scored like 16 points as a true eighth grader. So he gonna be solid. Caleb Cunningham is another 2025 kid. He plays varsity at Choctaw County. He had a great season too. I think his season high, I think he scored like 34 points. But he pretty much a double machine. He about 6'1". He plays in the post for them, but he's really a guard, super athletic. So don't be surprised if you see him come and catch some over some guy's head in the game on Saturday. Then moving right along, who else do we have? Jay Tyler. Jay Tyler over at Olive Branch. I think he averaged around 15 to 16 points a game. He finished. He almost won Player of the Year for their division. They're in division with like Tupelo and guys like that, but Tupelo ended up beating them in the district championship, so he didn't get that Player of the Year. But he was solid all year, averaged about 15, 16 points. Who else is on the list? EJ Payman, of course. He's coming back from First Love out in Pennsylvania. He had a great year over there with those guys. I've seen the highlights. He's gotten a lot better. 6'8", got his first offer from Jackson State this year. So we can expect EJ to be strong man and guys in there. Trey Alexander, I've seen Trey a couple times. I didn't get to see him this year and live in person, but I seen him like last summer play. And everybody gives me great reviews about Trey. They say he's really, really good. They say he could potentially be the best point guard in that 2024 class. So I'm interested to see him work. Who else we missing? A couple of the guys I don't know too much about. I think it's like 2 of them I don't know a lot about. I know I've seen Dylan Rowe a couple of times. He's a solid guard as well. Really can play the game, can pass, can score, get guys better. So I'm actually looking forward to that game. Like it's going to be really organic. The guys haven't practiced, but I think as long as, you know what I'm saying, they move the ball, we're going to really see who can actually play when we get there Saturday. So I'm interested to see those guys go at it.
Jahir Gutierrez from Olive Branch is also be in that game.
Okay.
Anybody that you mentioned or
well, KJ Lambert, that's Kowalski Lambert, that's KJ Clinton. That his dad is the Lambert guy. Kowalski.
You muted yourself.
He's a pretty good shooter. You know, really long armed, plays a lot of ball in the leagues at home. He's pretty solid. And his strength is shooting the ball. He should be right on the guy. You talked about. He's gonna be a big. Who else did you call out there that he didn't mention? I'm trying to remember.
Oh, I forgot one too. I forgot Whit Altmaier. Whit Altmaier played at Heritage. He was like their leading scorer as well. He's about 6 foot. He's going to be a very speedy guard. He can shoot it. He can score. He can get everybody involved. So definitely look forward to seeing him as well.
Of course, we got what's the one we just named from Clinton Christian?
Trey.
Trey. You know, we just watched Trey last week, a week before last in the state tournament. Man, he was really good there, solid. He's another one that should, you know, come in and be right at home and you know, be able to make some plays. I expect a big game out of him. He lives in the gym as we had him on the show a few weeks ago. I think you put a pretty good group together there, EV.
Appreciate it. Yeah, that's gonna be in the North. In the South, and I think the South is just as good, or they may not have the height, but you got Javari Mallard, Amaje Horton, both Northwest, won the Northwest Middle School. You know, your man Juan's kids, arguably the two best players, 8th graders in Jackson area. You got Javian Watkins, the best float game, aka float game from Provine. You got Jacoby Thompson from Provine. You got Brewer Caruth, who plays with NBA OSAG from Park Lane Academy. You got Cameron Brown, and And I'm gonna come back to Cameron from Vicksburg, probably one of the best ninth graders, no question. Him and Trey Alexander, in my mind, are top 5 freshmen in the state. You got Dorian Mcmillan from Pascagoula, 6'2". He's a 2024. Hadn't seen him. Be excited to see him. You got Jay Kenny, 6'4" kid from Pearl. 6'4" from Pearl. His dad, Jason Kenny, a coach. I watched some film on him. He can really shoot the basketball. And then you got Kendris Williams and Caleb Bradley, both 6'3", one 6'3", one 6 foot from St. Martin's. And then you got Keelan Rich from Pascagoula. And I'm sure if K. Cole was on here, he would probably be able to tell us a little bit about those guys, you know, from the Gulf Coast. But talk to us a little bit about the ones that you know, Talante and Shoes. And Eddie, if you know anybody, just jump in as well.
Of course, you know, we seem to get kids from Provine. Javian, you know, Javian is the small guard that there's a jitterbug and got a float game all over the floor from Provine. Horton from Northwest, they're actually brothers. He and Horton are brothers, but Horton is a strong body wing, you know, plays inside and out. You know, he won't be intimidated by playing with the older group. He plays with those guys, a lot of those guys all the time. Dorian Mcmillan from Pascagoula, I haven't seen, but I've heard a lot about. He had a really good season at Pascagoula this year. Played varsity and played a lot of minutes and got a lot done on the varsity team this year. I want to say it was a double-figure score for the varsity team. So if not double figures, right there below it. I'm very interested in seeing him play because I haven't had a chance to lay eyes on him yet. But I've heard a lot of good things about him. It's like a 6'2" wing. They can score the ball, shoots it pretty well. I'm trying to, as you run the list off, of course.
Rich, did you see anybody? Did you? Keelan Rich is an 8th grader from Pascagoula. He's 6 feet. I don't know if you.
I haven't seen him. I've heard they had a nice 8th grader over there. I don't think he played varsity, so he'll be playing, you know, playing up a little bit.
Hey, Shoes, I tell you one that I like. I know the great Chuck Wansley is training him. The Mallard kid. I think he's gonna be pretty decent.
Mallard's pretty good.
Yeah, he's a slasher. I think in the All-Star game, it's gonna be up and down, which fits his style. EV. It wouldn't surprise me if Mallard is the best player in that game. Like, you know, statistically, because he's so active, he's gonna do a lot of stuff. He's gonna finish in transition. Chuck Wansley's been doing a good job with him, working on his mid-range pull-up game. He's always in the gym, so I think he would be a kid that I think they could benefit with the type of game that the All-Star game, you know, probably is going to entail that type of tempo. So
I'm gonna hold off about Cam Brown. I know you want to talk about him later, Evie, so we're gonna talk about him at the same time.
Okay, Talante.
Okay, go
ahead. Of course, I pretty much know all the guys. I've seen them at camp. I've coached a couple of them, but of course the 8th graders, Mallard and Horton, those guys are going to be tough. Like you said, they are probably the best guys in the Jackson area for the 8th grade. And I think the 8th graders are going to come. The 8th graders are going to come and hold their own. I mean, they're only playing up a grade, so that's not a great jump. Then you got JJ. I thought before, you know what I'm saying, seeing everybody, I was thinking JJ was probably the best point guard in the class. But of course, we have some guys that are a lot bigger. But JJ's tough. He's gonna come and compete. You can't stay in front of him. So I mean, even if you're bigger, he's gonna go by you anyway. So he can finish. He can shoot the 3 ball. He can get into his float game. He can get guys involved. Who else are we missing? Name another guy.
You got
they've been so close.
Brewer Caruth, Jacoby Thompson.
Brewer Caruth. Brewer Caruth plays really, really hard. He can shoot the 3 ball. He's a dog on defense. He comes to compete. I like Brewer a lot. Who was the next one?
Jacoby Thompson, the skinny.
Love Jacoby. Jacoby plays extremely hard as well. He's like a utility player. He everywhere. He got a high motor. He gonna get hands on loose balls, rebounds. He can score around the basket. He can shoot too. So really, I know Eddie was saying he think those guys. I think the upperclassmen are going to are going to dominate the game, like the older guards. I think they're gonna probably dominate the game because they will be a lot physically stronger and faster than the other kids. Like we only got like 2 eighth graders on each team, so they will be a little bit stronger and faster. So I do think those guys will dominate the game from the guard perspective. And who else do we have EB on that team? There's a couple of them I didn't know.
2 kids, Jay Kennedy from Pearl, 6'4".
Okay, I haven't seen him.
Keelan Rich, and then the 2 kids from St. Martin's.
Okay, I haven't seen some of those guys. So I know you guys are going to hold off on Cameron Brown. I've seen
Well, let's go. We're going to talk about Cam right now. Cam Brown, let's talk about it. Cam Brown, Trey Alexander. I personally think I haven't seen everybody. I haven't seen, I was interested in what you said about the Dorian Mcmillan kid. I watched Trey play varsity and do whatever he wanted to do against a very good MRA team. That's who I saw him play against Hubbard and those guys. He actually hit a big shot. I thought they should have reviewed it. I guess, I thought to tie the game up, but it was, I guess they said his foot was on the line. Before I looked, I wasn't there. I wasn't close enough, so I can't argue. He had about 20 something in that game. And then I've seen Cameron Brown several times. I think that one-on-one matchup is going to be very good. I mean, I'm very interested to see. Cam Brown is obviously bigger, a little bigger than Trey. I think Trey shoots the 3 ball better. And I think Trey's handles are tighter. I think Cam Brown is just a bigger guard. I mean, you can, again, I'm in flip a coin mode right now. But Shoes, what's your thoughts?
I'm gonna say this, man. We were out in Dallas last week before, last weekend, and not this past weekend, but the weekend before, and Cam was out there, and man, he was impressive playing up with all those upperclassmen and everything out there. He, he has good size, good abilities and skill level. He shot the ball well, handled it well, and he physically he matched up well. And that's gonna be big in a game like this against other 9th graders and 8th graders. Physically, he's gonna be one of the more physical specimens in the game. He and probably EJ will be 2 of the more physically fit, physical ability-wise specimen in the game. And he's just, he's got a chance to be really, really good. He's one of the, got to be right now considered one of the top freshmen in the state, if not the top, and I think he's gonna, I think we're gonna really get a chance to see some things for him this weekend.
I'll be honest with you, Shoes, and I was talking to his dad about this, and this is for all you parents who, and I believe there's no question that Cam could play in our senior game and look good because, he played varsity. But I'm looking for him to dominate this game so much that it's like, it's not fair. Like that's when you're a star. When you're in your class, it's like, ooh, this ain't. He should have been. Like, I want people to leave the game saying, man, next time don't let him play with his class. That's like EJ potentially, because he's gonna be the tallest kid, he could be that, people could say that just off his height alone. But if he don't go out there and get nothing done, that's what we're gonna be saying, man, you ain't getting nothing done. So when you have, the Bible tells us to whom much is given, much is required. My expectation for Cam Brown and Trey Alexander is, to be honest with you, those should be the 2 top players in this game along with EJ. And so my expectation is way up here. And I'm not even necessarily talking about, they don't have to go out, because in the All-Star game, it's not necessarily about scoring. I just expect them to do whatever they want. Defensively, offensively, just dominate the game.
Oh yeah, no, I'm like you. It's gonna be a good game. Like I know we expect them to dominate, but I think guys are gonna come and compete because, like I said, we got the best freshmen. We got the best freshman guards in the state, so it should be a good matchup. And even the 8th graders, so it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a shootout because most of those guys can shoot the ball pretty well that we named on both teams. So I expect that game to be pretty high scoring because those guys can shoot the threes.
Let's make a prediction, Talante. Let's make a prediction. Who you got?
Ooh, well, of course, I'm a North guy, so I'm going with the North team. North team is going to win by, I think they might score. You know what I'm saying? I know it's going to probably be a little slow in the first half until they get the kinks. Both teams get the kinks taken out from playing with each other. But I'm thinking I'm thinking that team might score probably about 60 points minimum piece. So I'm gonna probably say the North wins in a close one.
North wins. I'll just take the South because I'm a bet man. You want to put a steak dinner on that game? I'll bet you a steak dinner. I'll take the South. I don't even know. I'll just take a steak dinner on it.
You take a steak dinner on it?
Steak dinner. I'm taking the South.
I'll take that.
All right.
Okay. Well, I just want to eat off both of y'all plates. But anyway, going.
They won't get to eat anything.
What do you say, Chucky? Thanks for joining us there, buddy.
What do you say, EV? Yeah, all guys, y'all doing good?
Doing great.
Good, guy. We good.
All right, let's move right along because we got to speed this thing up. 2023 girls. We may have to come back on tomorrow and knock the other two out.
I'm gonna take a quick break, guys. While y'all on these girls, I gotta take care of some business. I got a call I need to answer.
No problem. We need you to be safe. We just need you to get home safely.
Thank you, EV.
2023 girls. For the North, we got Darby Pitts from Manatee. We got Bella Roberts, and this is another good game. We got Bella Roberts, and Eddie's going to be surprised when I mention this because I've changed it up on him. He just didn't know it. I just changed it up here shortly. We have Rajane Hilliard from Hazelhurst will be playing with the North. And then we have Malaysia Faulkner from Potts Camp, Delani Odom from Potts Camp, 5'6", both 5'6" guards. Audria Houston, which from Oxford, arguably the #1 point guard. For me, it's between her and Kennedy Davis in that 2023 class. The #1 point guard. Then we have a young lady I'm very interested to see play, Lamaya Daly from Leak Central. She'll be in the game.
She can play. She'll baller, man.
Then we got Jai Hill from Starkville, 5'10", really tough. Peyton Hervey from Tupelo. Mary Grace Stormont from Belmont. Really saw her play the other day, was really impressed with her. Kind of a kid that can get to the basket, really good driver. She finishes in traffic, pretty decent shooter. I was impressed with her. And then Mariah Reed Jones, man, this is my first time seeing it from Lafayette, and she can do it all, athletic. She's really good. And then Miracle Joyner, 5'10", just wiry, strong kid. So talk to us a little bit about, Eddie, go ahead and talk to us a little bit about the North.
Well, I'll start with Darby Pitts. Darby Pitts has the prettiest shot I've seen since Hannah White from Columbus. Man, just a beautiful, beautiful shot. She's a kid that you can't leave open. If she does, she'll drain it and knock it down. Bella Roberts is a really, really tough kid, man. She plays summer ball with Henry Gantz, and she's just a kid, man, that's just been, every time I see her, she seems to improve, and she's got a really, really good feel for the game at her age. So she's going to be a really good kid. Rajane Hilliard is top 10 post player, regardless of class in our state. She's a rim protector. I think even you watched the championship game, and she just put her hands up several times and blocked. I bet she had 30 blocks this weekend. She's probably one of the better rim protectors that we've got in the state of Mississippi, and a tremendous rebounder. So much so she's going to be probably getting some time on that 17U team, Adidas team this year. Delaney Odom is just a kid. I know Cordarius is a little bit more familiar with those kids, but Odom got a chance to see her play, man. Odom can do it all, can really, really.
You muted.
And Malaysia, the Faulkner had so loud core. I'll just kind of let you touch a little bit on Faulkner. I know I've seen some of her highlights and some things like that, but she seems to be one of the top kids in the state as well. Lamia Daly, Evie, you mentioned Lamia. Lamia's a kid that started at Leak Central as a freshman last year, was second on the team in scoring. I think she might have led the team in scoring this year. And she plays travel ball with BGA and Coach Ken. She's a kid that just can flat foot get it done. Nice pull up. She's got that smooth go left pull up jump shot game that I really, really like. Jahil's a tough kid, a kid that you definitely want on your team. She's that old school rugged type of kid that's going to do all your dirty work. I mean, this North team is shaping up to be pretty good. I know we hadn't talked about the South yet. Haven't seen the Peyton Harvey kid play yet. Mary Grace Storman, I love her. A lot of people don't know Mary Grace actually led Belmont several times in scoring this year. So I know, they've got their superstar there at Belmont, but Mary Grace was a kid that just kind of, like you say, just flat foot get it done. When you leave the game, she's one of the kids where you say, man, she did okay. And then you look at the stat column, she's got 27, 7, and 5. She's just a quiet scorer and can get it done. Mariah Reed Jones from Lafayette, my goodness, man. We played against her in the championship game. She's a part of our program. Our two teams played against each other. And I tell you what, we couldn't guard her. Her and Audrey Houston was just a handful for us to guard, man. And the kid just can, like you said, Evie, she just can get it done in so many different ways. She's just got a knack for finishing through contact. That's one thing that I think that a lot of the kids in Mississippi doesn't do well, and something we've got to do better of. Kids don't play through contact, but she's one that looks for the contact and finishes well. And then Miracle Joyner, who's another kid of ours that's like you said, Evie, a wiry, strong kid that can, get you buckets. She is a rim protector too. She's had several double-figure blocks, this season and playing varsity. Her and Audrey Houston are the motor that gets Oxford going. But Audrey Houston, I'm just gonna tell y'all right now, man. I'm gonna be updating my rankings here pretty soon, and she's gonna skyrocket in our rankings. And I think she's been the hottest. I want to say Audrey Houston is probably the hottest name right now in the state of Mississippi in terms of girls basketball. She's really making a lot of headway. The kid can just do whatever she want to do. She can get to a spot. She got a nice pull-up game. It's debatable whether her and Kennedy Davis are the two best point guards in the state. I see her more as a scoring guard, a guard that, kind of like Russell Westbrook. Me and Chuck was talking about this today. Russell Westbrook really wasn't a point guard, but he was a scoring guard at the point guard position. So as she develops and learn, she can get what she wants whenever she wants. And as she learns that she can make her other teams better and take that next step, I think she's going to be one of the kids that can borderline be a stud here in the state of Mississippi. So I'll just shut up and let Cordarius talk on that North team, and then we can kind of proceed from there.
You hit on some kids that I think I seen before you did, Ed. I think I seen Mariah Reed play. I was impressed. We played against her last year. She went to a private school. I can't remember the name, but I think her stepdad or something maybe coached the team. And she just always been impressive. She got a little run with Team Thad last summer. Audrey Houston, as a ninth grade, I seen her from the gate. We tried to get her to run with us last year, but they wind up playing for the Coach Dion, her folks. So, man, you got some kids on there that's kind of like they coming out part of this year, like Stormont. Didn't really know much about her until this year. She played well for Belmont. But like you said, I'm just impressed by Audrey Houston. I definitely think she's the number one point guard in 23 class. And I know people gonna debate, but she got the size, she athletic. What I would look for if I was a college assistant trying to scout team, scout players, stuff like that. That's stuff I look for. That's stuff I believe in. So. And who else on that team I'm missing out on? Delaney Older.
Malaysia Faulkner.
Malaysia Faulkner. They some up and coming some players. Delaney is a real good athlete. She don't stop running. She get to the rack well. Malaysia kind of one of them players that can be very good offensively if she keep working on her game. At Potts Camp. I'm gonna tell you the player that we're gonna have to watch. There's gonna be a player that everybody need to keep their eye on. Peyton Heavy. I'm mispronouncing the name at the moment. Harvey. She, when at the second half of the season, she was one that had that motive with Tupelo when Jay Rucker went out. Yeah. She was scoring like double figures for the last maybe 12 games. She had some 18-point games, double doubles. Like, she is a motor kid. She gonna run. She can dribble, shoot. she can do it all. She about 5'11", maybe pushing 6 foot. She can do it all though. So I think she's gonna be one of them surprise watches in that game.
Wow, that's exciting, man. I'm telling you right now, this thing is shaping out. When you look at the two teams already, and even the we're getting ready to run through the South real quick. And for the sake of time, I'm just gonna have both of y'all. You pick, one or two, or two or three, and then keep it moving, so we can try to run through it. It's just shaping out to be, man. Look like we got some players. Like it's really looking like we got the best players in the state. We're missing, obviously in that 2023 class. Okay, we ain't got Madison Booker, we ain't got Kennedy Davis, but boy, we got a lot. We got a lot right just in that 9th grade. I mean, that north side. Let's go over the South real quick. And what I like about this showcase is we got the best of both worlds. We got the private and the public. And nobody else is doing that right now, where we come together and have that showcase. We got Miriam Prince from Leak Academy. Got a chance to see her play. She can't be stopped getting to the basket. She just she goes by anybody getting to the basket. She does it. Shaquille Walker, y'all call her Baby J from Noxubee, strong, athletic. Hadn't seen much of her. A couple of these other ones. I should have had my guy Gabe on here to talk about her. Jacora Coleman from Gulfport. Don't know anything about her, but I know she's 5'10". And Caitlyn Brinkley, 6'1", athletic, on any given day can look really, really good. You got Leila Carter, who is just high motor athlete, already has a Division I offer. Dakira Walls from Harrison Central, 6 foot. Harrison Central, something down there, they just grow them tall down there. Harrison Central had a bunch of trees, on their team. She'll be here. Micah Odell. Now, Gabe, Coach Gabe, who's assistant coach at Gulfport, told me that Micah Odell, the 6'1" kid from Ocean Springs, might be the best player, like one of the best players on the Gulf Coast. He said that she can flat out go, she can handle it, she can put that thing between her legs, she can do some things. So I'm looking forward to seeing her. And then she got a twin sister, Madison Odell, who's only 5'5", that will be here. Lily Gates, 6-footer from Brookhaven Academy. Jenny Garriger, her mom coaches at William Carey from Hancock, 5'10". Carly Myers from Velma Jackson. And Dale Robinson, the 6'2" center from Northwest Rankin, will be playing in that game. That rounds out the South team. And so let's hear from, Eddie, Chuck, and Cordarius on that real quick, and then we'll hit the boys.
I'll let Chuck chime in since we hadn't heard from Chuck tonight.
Say Chucky.
What do you say? I was listening to EV, but I didn't. I guess I missed a few of those names, that I didn't really recognize on some of them.
What about Miriam Prince?
Oh yeah, definitely. Was excited to see her. She became an instant fan favorite at the camp. At the tournament this weekend. Like I said, Taylor had come over and said, "Hey, Dad, I really like her." So, like I said, and then I think it was about several other people that came to me. So, kid can, like you say, EV, can get to the rack at will. Just can do whatever she wants to do. I definitely can't wait to see her in an up and down tempo, such as the All-Star game.
Just going to our chat real quick. Eddie Paul Stormont says, ask Eddie, don't sleep on the North. And Brendan Hadley, who'll be coaching North, said, better be ready for the North. And Johnny Johnson says, the South will win. So got some people talking on chats already.
Hey, speaking of, I gotta throw a shot at since we on Mary Grace. I know Cordarius, who pride himself on the North, and Cordarius is a student of the game. Mary Grace averaged about 14, 15 points last year. Cordarius up there at Belmont. So she got it done a little bit as a freshman too. So, but the Coleman kid is Coach Coleman's sister at Pearl, assistant coach. And she's just a defensive kid, high motor. Doesn't really have an offensive skill set yet. She's but she can finish around the rim, finish layups. a slasher type kid, really, really tough. Of course, Miriam Prince may be. I talked to several private school coaches, Coach Ingram and several others, and they believe that she's the best kid. She was the best player in the MAIS this year. In second place wasn't close. So Miriam Prince is a kid. That's a name that you definitely want to get used to. We're just fortunate to have her in our program. She can drop 40 on you in a minute. I think she had a 24-point quarter. I mean, she's a kid that can go on a 12 point run by herself. Caitlyn Brinkley has so much upside. A lot of college coaches are salivating over her 6'1", 6'2" frame to kind of step out. I know we're pressed for time. I won't talk about, too many others. The Odell kid is the truth, EV. I'll say that for sure. They didn't lie about her. She's definitely a kid that could walk away with the hardware and be an MVP in this particular game. She's going to be unstoppable. I think an all-star game is going to showcase her flair and her style and the way that she plays. Leila Carter, one of the top 2023 kids in the state, will get up in you, defend you from end to end. Nice pull-up game. She want to get right, and it's hard to stop her right. And Undea Robinson, I just want to talk about her. She's a kid at Northwest Rankin. Coach Taylor, that I think is a kid that if she really, really wakes up and puts into the game, really, really give the game something, I think she can be a really, really good player. She can step out and hit the jump shot, can finish left hand, right hand, nice big body. She was really dominant for Northwest Rankin when they made that run, even being the game that they beat Pearl. She had about 20 points, man, and stepped out and hit some jump shots and everything. So, but no, that's a really good group. In the end, too much Audrey Houston. I'm taking the North in this one, 68-62. The North 68-62. Too much Roger Hilliard. Too much Audrey Houston. I think the weak team. The South team. Is just not gonna have any answer for those two, man. To be honest with you. So, but I think it'll be a really good game. Miriam Prince and Caitlyn Brinkley, Leila do their best to keep it close, Odell. But how you stop Audrey Houston, I have no idea right now. I'll shut up and let you guys talk about your predictions or whatever. Hey, Evie, give us some predictions, man. You ain't gonna sit there and chew on your lip and I'll bite on your lip and all that old kind of stuff, man. We need some predictions tonight. Take your phone off mute, man. Quit being a cartoon character. We've talked about that already.
I'm going to laugh at you. I'm going to give you the
So Talante, I guess he's Santa Claus now.
He laugh you.
Yeah. I don't know who going. I'm just letting y'all do the predictions. I don't know who going to win. It's just too hard. It's too up in the air to tell. I just know I'm going to be announcing the game, live streaming, and I know I'm going to be having a lot of I-lay-yous, like Trey-yous, and so that's what I'm excited about. By the way, the game will be on the YouTube Geeker Report Podcast YouTube channel. It's going to be live streamed. We've talked about over 75 college coaches, should be watching. Johnny Johnson says, I don't promote gambling on my show, but he did say he got $100 on the South 24-25 game. So, he did say that. So I'm reading what the chat said. Y'all do that on your own time, but he said he got $100 on it. So I don't know.
He's talking about the boy game. He's talking about the boy game or the girl game.
He's talking about the girl game. He's got the girl. He's got $100 on the South.
Don't do it, Talante. You already a steak dinner down. Now you're gonna be $100 in the steak dinner, man. Don't do it.
Oh no, man. We already on there. We're gonna get that steak dinner. No, I think it's gonna be fun. Either way, I think the kids gonna come have fun. You know what I'm saying? That's the main thing. Come have fun and just compete. You know what I'm saying? Just enjoy. I know it's gonna be stressful in AAU. You had stressful high school, middle school season. So really just want y'all to come out and hoop. You know what I'm saying? Just enjoy it. Just enjoy playing with guys that you probably never played with before. Just meet new people.
In that 2023 game, we're gonna go to, just for the sake of time, we could just name them out. We can just name them, and you know what I'm saying? Keep it rolling. Yeah, we'll just name all of them. Chavez Ambrose will be in the game. Aiden Johnson, the shooter from Ingomar, Gavin Brinker, DeMonte, Gavin Brinker from Pontotoc, whom I just absolutely love. Devontae Graham, Southeast Lauderdale, Isaiah Galmore from Coahoma Early College, Cy Halberg from Starkville Academy, Corin Red, St. Andrews, Josh Holman from Jackson Academy is 6'7". Josh Holman seems like he's been around forever. He's only a sophomore. He just can play. Corterius Shaw, I happened to coach Corterius at Murrah 2 years ago. Corterius can score the basketball. He'll be scoring the ball. About a 6-foot guard, really can go one-on-one. Amari Holmes from Ridgeland, pretty good guard. I think he averaged about 15, 16 for Ridgeland as a sophomore. Cole Rutledge from Jackson Prep. My boy Cam Brent said that Cole Rutledge has a bright future. He can play. Kedrick Osby from Moss Point. Obviously his brother Romero, his dad is the coach, had a very good year, averaging 16 to 18 a game. Jacoby Hampton from Jim Hill, pretty good player, 6'4", 6'5", athletic. KJ Sykes, Clinton Christian, can flat out go. He can go. Like, it's hard to stay in front of KJ Sykes. He's going to be very interesting to see. Quavis Jones from Jim Hill. Trey Taylor from Callaway, 6'5", young man from Callaway. Cameron Beverly and Luke Seagrass from Jackson Prep, a starter on Jackson Prep's team. Talk to us a little bit about some of the players, Talante, as we move along.
Well, of course, we're gonna kind of be undermanned, like most of the I don't want to say top guys around the state. Most of those guys did have some AAU obligations out of town, so we are gonna miss a couple of the names that you're familiar with. But the guys that we have, they're gonna come and compete and play very well. But of course, we have Kedrick Osby. He's been one of the best players in the state this year. Like you say, he was averaging around 16, 18 points a game. I really think he had a big year this year. And moving forward, I think he should grab some offers this year and garner some attention. Josh Holman, of course, another one of those big names in the 2023 class. He had a big year at Jackson Academy. So we can expect him to come in and look to dominate as well. DeMondre Graham, Southeast Lauderdale, one of the best guards in that 2023 class, 6'4". He does have an offer from Mississippi State, so you can expect him to look really good. Who am I missing?
Josh Holman, Corn Red
coming off championship season with St. Andrews. So, of course, he's going to be coming there to prove he's one of the best in that 2023 class. And that's a quick synopsis of everybody. You can go ahead, Shu.
Well, of course, I like Trey Taylor, the wing from Callaway, 6'5", can shoot the three, not long and athletic. I like him. I think he has a chance to be a really good player. You mentioned DeMontre Graham already, and I do like him a lot. Long armed, athletic, can shoot it pretty well. Very active. Can slash to the rim and hit the jumper. I was really impressed with the red kid from St. Andrews during the state tournament. I really hadn't seen him I'd seen him play, but he hadn't jumped out at me until we got to the state tournament. I think he's going to have a big key with Rashad leaving. I think he's going to be key for a big year next year for them. And I think we should keep an eye on him because I think he could really have a good game this weekend. Everybody knows Brinkley and Osmond. Not going to talk about them. And Holman, those guys been around forever. We've been watching them play and grow. KJ. I've been watching KJ for years over at the NBA. He's just only gotten better and better. He's quick. He's small, but he's so quick. Can shoot the ball. Just knows how to play. He had a great state tournament over there also for Clinton Christian. So I'm expecting him to be well. It sounds like we've got a really good mixture of kids in this game. And hopefully we should have a really good game.
I'm going to stay with the boys and we'll switch it up and go right to the 2022 boys. And then we'll go after that and go back to the girls. 22 boys North team, coached by Jeremy Rugley and Jordan Whittington.
You going south or north first?
North. Reese Jackson, Starkville Academy. JT Lawrence, Delta Sheets, one of the top players in the private school who actually came from Greenwood High School, had a 50-point game this year. So I'm looking forward to seeing him. 6'10" Parker Henry, who just picked up an a Division I offer from Albany, who's just really getting better every time that I see him play. He's just getting better, and his, he's one of those guys that you thought, man, is he going to develop? And the answer is yes, he's developing. Carson Rollins, looking forward to seeing him from Pine Grove. Trey Dismute from Columbus, looking forward to seeing him. Kylan Baggett didn't get a lot of time for Starkville. It's going to be his coming out party because, those guys, they 1 year they don't start for Starkville. Next year, they go, Division I. Joe Hayes Austin, Pontotoc. Jake Dowdale, who can flat out fill it up from St. Andrews, 6'3". We have Latrell Vance from Ripley, 6'4". Don't know a lot about him, but looking forward to seeing him play. Marquavius Jones, saw him playing a North-South game from Holly Springs. Then we have Jay Whitehead from Clinton Christian Academy and Ricardo Whitlow from Pearl, rounding out the North team. Go ahead, Talante.
Oh, well, of course, the North team is going to be very solid. They have some good guard play, great wings. And like you said, a lot of those guys can shoot. You got Joe Hayes Austin coming off a semifinal appearance with Pontotoc. He can really defend. He can shoot it. He's tough. Great motor. Ricardo Whitlow, I've seen him. I got to watch him work out over at Perth one time early this season. He's really tough. I think he might have averaged about 16 a game. He can really play. So you guys will probably like him a lot. I don't know if you guys have seen any of him, but he can hoop. Of course, Trey Dismute from Columbus. He was Columbus' lead scorer when Blake went out. So he's going to be solid. Nice body, 6'3", can shoot it. Great mid-range shooter. JT Lawrence, of course. JT Lawrence was, I think he might have averaged about 30-something a game, probably like 32 a game or something like that.
Yeah, he had a big season.
Yeah, he was he was at least a top 2 scorer in the state. I don't know who was a leader, but he was up there for stat-wise. Terrell Vance from Ripley, great motor, 6'4", can rebound, can shoot the ball, super athletic. Who else are we missing from that team that I didn't talk about?
What about Carson Rollins?
Carson Rollins. Oh yeah, Carson Rollins. Tough.
I love Carson. I love Carson Rollins. He shoots the ball.
Yeah.
He plays hard. I love him.
Yeah, he can hoop as well. We've seen him at the Tidal Wave camp. I didn't get to see a lot of him because I think he got hurt during the season. But yeah, he can pull that thing. He can shoot it from the NBA range, volleyball line, logo, like Lillard. So he can really shoot that thing. He's tough. He's going to come and compete. So that rounds out the North team. I think that's a really good group of guys. So that should be a great game.
We got to talk about Tricky Son now. We got to throw in Reese Jackson. I was
going to say that. We didn't talk about the Starkville kids. Jackson, Tricky Son, and Badgie. We didn't talk about those two just then. I expect both of them to be, Badgie was good last summer coming down here playing with Tricky. I really expect him to be a key player for Starkville this year, and it just they had those seniors that it didn't work out for him. But Badgie can really play.
Yeah,
and he can score the ball.
Yeah. Like I missed those two Starkville kids as well. Like you guys said, Baggett can play. I was really shocked that he didn't play more than he did at Starkville. They kind of use him as a come in and spot up shooter, but he can really shoot it. But on the AU side, you can really see him go. He can dribble it. He can get to the cup. So he's a great athlete. So you can expect him to be good. Reese Jackson, true point guard, really get guys involved. Can really read the pick and rolls. Find guys for open shots.
Good defender also.
Yeah, great defender.
And he's a good defender.
He's already looking around, very strong body. Of course, his dad was a bodybuilder, so he has that strong body build, and he can really defend the bigger guys. So you can look for Reese Jackson. He's coming off they made it to the finals. They got beat by Hartfield Academy, so they made it to the finals of the MAIS 4A state championship. So he's bringing that championship pedigree as well. So we can expect a great game from all those guys.
On the South, we got Amani Curry from Moss Point who played with Kedrick Osby. We have John Davis, average about 15 from Pascagoula. Cam Brent, who put up 42 points and he had 12 threes in the game for Jackson Prep, son of Wayne Brent. Got Caleb Kent, Madison Central. Shane Davis, 6'9", also from Madison Central. We got Cameron Jones from Northwest Rankin, 6'1". George Marshall from Forest Hill, one of the big three. Avon Johnson from Murrah, 6'5". Ladarian Perkins from Brandon at 6'3". Chad Jones from Bay Springs, saw him in the semifinal game, fell in love with him, really can score the basketball. Ken Sims, athletic, can score the ball from Richmond. And Alan Teague, 6'3", from St. Joe Madison. Anybody jump out at you?
Well, I do remember Amari Curry. He came to the tidal wave camp. He can really score it as well. He can slash. He can shoot the ball. I think he averaged around 15, 16 a game for Moss Point as well. So I'm really looking forward to see him again after coming off a great season. I've seen John Davis on highlights. I actually met him in person at the Rumble. So I'm interested to see him finally in person. I know he's had a great season as well. He's picked up a couple of JUCO offers. I know he trains down there with Kevin on the coast. He's one of Kevin guys. So I'm sure he's going to be able to come in and hoop. So I'm interested to see him. Alan T, I haven't seen him. I have seen Sean. I mean, yeah, it's Sean. Shane. I seen Shane from Madison. I seen him at I think the Crossroads camp. So I've seen a lot of those guys. I'm not really familiar with them because I didn't get to see a lot of those guys during the school season, but I do know those guys can play. So I'm interested to see them hoop Saturday.
What you got, you?
Well, of course, you got Shane. Shane's 6'9". He's only gotten better as the season goes on. As the season went on, I saw him this past weekend. He had some pretty good moments this past weekend playing over in Eddie's tournament. I think he'll be a factor. His teammate Kent, he's a good combo guard that's a slasher and finisher and will hit an open shot. So Kent, they're teammates, so they should be comfortable with each other. I'm very excited to see John Davis play also. He didn't have a great All-Star game this past weekend, but I'm expecting, with it being more free-flowing this week probably than last week, for him to step the pace up. I'm trying to remember who else we got, said.
George Marshall, Avon.
Well, of course, George and Vaughn, I expect, Vaughn was one of the best players we sent out to Texas. He's really coming on. I really expect big things for him this coming year. George also, now that both of those guys, they're going to be their show this year at their respective high schools. And they both were really good this year, and I expect them to take that next step next year. I think this could be somewhat, I can't call it a coming out because everybody knows them already, but it could be an eye-opener for what they're capable of doing next year for both of them this weekend. As they come. The Sims kid, he's shown, I've seen the original play a couple of times this year, saw him in the All-Star game. He's long, he's active, he can hit an open shot. I expect him to get some JUCO offers, as time goes on. He's a good defender and very active around the rim. So I really like this South team you put together. I think they should, I would say that I think they're the favorites.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Thank you, Shoes. We got this scary host that's scared to make a prediction, man. He's scared of his own shadow. Hey, Chalante, if he was out there in the dark, in shoes in the dark, in that car, he was looking around. He's just the scariest, sorriest, worthless piece of. Go ahead, man.
Anyway, moving right along, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. So anyway, going back to, let's go shoot over to the 2022 girls, and we'll let the young man with the bald head that has that looks like an orange right now, give his chance to say what he needs to say. But coming with the North team, we got Charity Yates from Columbus, we got Allison Liddell from Horn Lake, Haley Breland from Stone County, Rebecca Pilcher from South Pontotoc, Samaya Brooks from Pontotoc, Shakira Robinson from Yazoo County, Catherine Collum from Yazoo County, Tatiana Bean from Baldwin, Jemiah Bowen from Shannon, Destiny Brown from East Marion, and Chastity Woodard from Provine. So that is going to be your North team.
How he's married in up on the North.
Man, you got to understand, we are in Geeker World. And Geeker World, there's all type of, our North, sometimes the North is the South, sometimes the South is the North. So, that's what we do in Geeker World. Eddie, talk to me. What we got?
I'm going to go ahead and make the announcement about Samaya Brooks. She's going to be a late scratch from the event. I think Charity Yates from Columbus is a kid that is starting to kind of make her money. She's played with a tremendous coach, Coach Harrison, up at Columbus High School. She's a post player that can kind of face up to and, can score the basketball. She has a high motor. Destiny Brown from East Marion is a kid I think that has been, she's been playing basketball for a while. Her father's the head coach at East Marion, and so she's a basketball coach's daughter. So she's a heady kid that can really, really score. And Haley Breland from the coast, I think. I know we can't touch on everybody. Haley Breland from the coaches, I'm really, really excited to have her in the game. She's a kid that's been on the scene for a while, even picking up offers. So young from USM and some other Division I kids. So she's a D1 kid that can really, really get it done at Stone. So I really like that team. I think they're going to be excited. I think Haley's going to run the show and really, really make everybody involved. She's just a leader by nature, and I love to see her. I'm excited to watch her. She's one of the kids that I just, every time she's got when I'm traveling with AAU and my team isn't playing, she's a kid that I'm going to watch play. So I'm really, really excited to see her. But I'll let Corey kind of touch on some of those other kids that you talked about, Evie.
Yeah, it had kicked me off, Evie. Can you run down the list again? I'm sorry.
Tatiana Bean from Baldwin, Jemiah Bowen from Shannon, Rebecca Pilcher from South Pontotoc, Allison Liddell from Horn Lake, Charity Yates from Columbus.
Guys, I'm gonna go out for a while. I may be back, but I got to go out.
Okay. So what you got, Corey?
I just speak on some of the kids. I don't know if he hit on everybody. I know I heard him talking about some of the big names. Tatiana Bean from Baldwin. She's a dynamic player in the open court, feisty on defense, very athletic and fast, quick guard. Jemiah Bowen gonna be one of them players that college coaches gonna, especially on the JUCO level, because she's so raw. But I think she got potential to be like a kid that can really develop and be a rim runner and shot blocker on the next level. You probably see that girl come out about 10 offers from all kind of JUCOs, lower level schools, because she definitely is a talent, and she's a long kid, probably like 6'2", got long arms. Allison Liddell, she running the point guard for Horn Lake. Just a system type kid, can hit the three, very athletic, strong, built up like a player. I seen with the Pilcher kid from I seen her was she in the All-Star game? She looked really good size.
It's soft point.
But yeah, that's just some kids I just wanted to highlight on.
Okay, going down to the south, we got Samara Fields from Gulfport, Ariana Dorell from Clinton, Savannah Haley, Centralville Academy, Melanie Galbraith, Hillcrest, Amira Hobart, Central Hines, Madeline Ladner from Hancock, A.B. Warren from Brooklyn Academy, Madison Buckley from Union, the twins, Kiara and Kamaya, Camia from Union, and Ashante Moore from Pascagoula, and Kyla Reagans from Harrison Central.
Yeah, I just think right off, of course, Samari Fields from Gulfport is just, a kid that's just really catching waves and starting to really, really garner a lot of attention. I mean, the kid had a tremendous season with Coach Brooks this year. And I just think that she's a kid that I think is going to really raise a lot of eyebrows. I know she plays on the coast, and, for some of the people who hadn't had an opportunity to see her, they are in for a treat. That kid can flat foot get it done. You know, she can walk into the gym and get you 30. Ariana Dorell is a high motor kid, extremely conditioned. She can finish in transition well. She's got a nice shot, nice pull-up game. She's a guard that's looking to score. Had a really good season for Coach Perline over at Clinton this year. Savannah Haley is a scorer, kid that just dropped 50 points this year. She's a dog on defense, and I say that in a nice way. She's a tenacious player. Melanie Galbraith is probably one of the most athletic kids in the state. She's been grabbing the rim for the past 2 years. Kid finishes around the rim really well. Ashanti Moore is a kid I haven't seen, but she's coming over to our program. And Coach Pascagoula, Coach H is sending her down this weekend. We're excited to have a good look at her. She came highly referred to us in the program. So I've been hearing a lot of good things about her and been talking with her over the past couple of days. So Amira Hobart, Central Hines Academy, is a kid that can shoot the basketball well, has a good feel for the game. She's always she's a pass first guard, a bigger guard. No, she's being recruited by USM and some other schools. So that's a pretty good list there. Should be a really good game. EV, I will say you did do a tremendous job of putting both of these rosters together. And we've got some talented kids, so I'm super excited. I'll shut up and let Chucky come in. What do you say, Chucky?
What do you say, Coach? But yeah, Coach, like you said, touching on a few of them, like I said, Amira Hobart, I know we heard that name. Like I said, Def is a shooter, can stretch the floor. Coach, it was another kid that you mentioned too, Ari Dorell from Clinton. You know, of course, I'm gonna be a little biased. You know, like I said, they all our babies, but you know, like I said, we live and bleed Clinton. So like I said, Ari gonna bring a lot of energy. High motor kid, and like you say, Coach, one thing Ari has that's unlike most kids is that just seems like she never tires. And I don't know how Ari does it, man. Saying you would think to say, okay, yeah, this kid is gonna really be done now, and she finds energy from somewhere else. Name another one, Coach, that we just said. Like I say, man, you know, I know our babies, but I'm not good with some of the other names.
We had Melanie Galbraith, Samari Fields.
Yeah, let me speak on Melanie, then I'll let somebody else go, and we're gonna try to keep the time down. But yeah, Melanie is just as athletic as it comes. You know, I saw something last weekend that I never thought I'd see. There was a kid in the gym that went up with Melanie and actually was up there with her. And that's usually something you don't see. When she goes for a layup, it's almost everybody else is just kind of at her mercy. So that's a kid that brings a lot of energy, can get to the rack at will. Looking forward to.
Yeah, Melanie had a tremendous season at Hillcrest, and she's one of the few girls that plays above the rim. You know, most girls have to play below the rim, but she's a kid that when I first saw her, I think we were going to recruit some other kid. And we was like, man, who is this kid that's doing reverse layups and warm up, head around the backboard and slapping the glass and stuff? I say grabbing the rim. So she's gonna be excited in a game like that. I'm gonna make my prediction in this one too. It's really close, but I think too much Haley Breland in the end. I got the North in overtime. The North in overtime. It's gonna be a low score here, 58-54. The North in overtime. Too much Haley Breland down the stretch.
Let me add something about Madison Buckley and the two girls from Union. They're going to be back in the mix next year for a state title. Madison Buckley is about 5'10", controls the paint, and the Russell girls, you know, I actually picked them up at the state championship. They can both score the basketball. They both can handle it. About 5'4". Kind of really excited about seeing them, you know, perform this weekend. So I'm gonna go. You said you got the South, North. I'm gonna go just because you want me to make a prediction. I'm gonna go with the South. I'm gonna say Samara Fields and Ariana Dorell, Savannah Haley, and Melanie Galbraith is just gonna go off. And I'm gonna say it's gonna be a 65-60 win.
Hey, also too, you know, I ain't gonna beat you up, but man, you know, Haley Breland, shouldn't be on the North team. But anyway, that's a whole nother deal.
Yeah, I know. I do know where Stone County is. It's kind of like you're I know where you are too. But anyway, 21. We'll ship right over to 21 girls, and we'll just go through the list. We got one of Cord's and I favorite players. It's not one of Eddie's favorite, but it's one of ours. Juicy Wilson going to, and I got to take this time to shout out my girl Stephanie Murphy, winning the North for Coahoma Community College, winning 11 games in a row to go 11-2. Coahoma went worst to first, and it's not a secret. I applied for that job, and I knew I was going to do it, but they hired the right person. Stephanie Murphy, matter of fact, interviewed right after I did. And, I was told later they wanted a female all along, and they hired the best person. Stephanie Murphy has done a phenomenal job. Her and Isaiah Butler, my hat's off to them. They have, again, gone from worst to first. Coahoma was a team that you could go in and just count a win. Not anymore. They won the North. Shout out to them. And Juicy Wilson, who I know Coach really wanted, is going to be in that game playing, and she's excited about that. She's excited.
Let me jump in real quick because I want to be very clear. I don't want you drawing wedges between me and these kids, EV. So for the record, let me just say this so people will know, because you do this a lot.
I do it a lot.
You do this a lot on your show. Let's just be honest. I mean, Juicy is Cordera's baby. You just a bandwagon guy. You ain't done nothing for Juicy. But let me just say, when Cordera's came to our showcase, when Cordera's and Juicy and that team came to our showcase, just want you to know that myself and Coach Felton endorsed about 4 or 5 college coaches for Juicy, and she ended up getting scholarship offers. So don't draw that wedge between me and these kids like that. Juicy is a great player. I think Coahoma is doing a great job of recruiting her. That's a huge pickup for them. There ain't no doubt. I mean, she's gonna come in and be an all conference player right away. I mean, so they definitely got what we say, Chuck. They got them one. So they definitely got them a tremendous kid and a great pickup and everything like that. So, but I'm not gonna sit there and let you, pit these kids up against me like that. When behind the scenes, nobody knows the hard work that I do, and I endorse all of these kids. I want to see all these kids do well. So I'm not gonna let you do that.
Don't sit your sensitive behind down. We know what you do. You act like I don't know. But she's me. I'm not gonna let you jump in and take me and Corey's girl Juicy either. So go somewhere. Go somewhere. That's me and Corey first, and then me second. So I don't want to hear what you're talking about.
But you know what though? Yeah, what was the show? The sitcom. I think he wrote that song. I can't remember it. The song was something like, "I want to go where everybody knows my name." He just likes every single. What was it, Chucky? What was the name of that show? You know what I'm talking about? That's EV. Everybody his girl. He loves everybody. That's my guy. That's my girl. That's my guy. Who don't you like, EV? Other than me.
I'm the geeker. That's my job. Oh, Eddie, I don't like you. I love you, buddy.
I love you.
I lay you. All right. Anyway, we got Clara Leak from Walnut Alley, all from North Delta. Maya Ford, Janiyah Henn, that's my favorite. Janiyah Henn from South Tillow. Ariana Hunter going to Jackson State from Louisville. Kennedy Irvin from Yazoo County, 5'7". Sakima Suel from Starkville, and Braylon from over at Starkville, 5'9". That's will be your North. Talk to me a little bit, Corey, about some of the girls, right there with the North.
It's a pretty solid group. Maya Ford, one of my favorite players in 21. Juicy by default. I'm gonna let Juicy get buckets for the last time I can be on the sideline and coach her. Claire Leak.
Hold on, Cole. We hear you may be headed to Coahoma too now. That's as a JUCO coach. So that's the word on the street. Now, I ain't gonna let you get
no.
That's what it is.
No, me and Coach Murphy, she's a real good friend, but nah,
Okay.
not right now. Not right now.
Hey,
No.
you don't sound too convincing right now, cuz.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, the word on the street, man. You getting some interest with, but I think you'll do a great job at the JUCO level, brother. Ain't no doubt.
Man, hey, you know, everything on the hush, you know. But Allie Alford, I coached her in the All-Star game up in Memphis. I'm ready for her to get off. I thought she was gonna get off last time for me. I think she can get off and make that game really, really go crazy for the North. Ariana Hunter, that's gonna help out for the North at that spot with the scoring. I don't know too much about the other kids. Who else? A name on there? The kid from
Claire.
Yazoo. I don't know too much about him. But hey, if I'm coaching, we gonna be some dogs though.
Janiyah Hinton.
Janiyah Hen, I'm sorry, Janiyah. I'm let her do her thing too. You know, I'm gonna let her
Claire.
just loose.
Yeah, you left out Claire Leak too. I know you want to
Yeah,
talk.
I said clearly.
Okay,
Clearly.
okay.
Yeah.
Eddie, anybody you want to acknowledge on that team?
Well, I think we covered everything. Of course, you know.
Well, let's go down to the South then. Good job. Yep. All righty. All righty there, buddy. Zakiria Anderson, Jalea Hickman from Newton going to Jackson State. Christina James, Amber Scott, Tyraven McGowan, Taylor Dupree, Yakia Burns, Aaliyah Mosley, Maisha Scott for the South.
Gonna be a lot of playing time in these games.
Yeah. I think the you look at the tail of this particular game. I think it's going to come down to tempo. It appears that the South team is loaded with some kids that's got some decent size with Taylor Dupree and Maisha, some long kids. Taylor Dupree is headed off to UT Martin, and Maisha Scott is a kid that definitely garnered some division when she picked up a couple of D1 offers herself. Zakiria Anderson, she's a McDonald's All-American nominee. She can handle the basketball for that team, but I think that the game, if it's a half-court game, I see the advantage going to the South. But the North got so many guards. I mean, you know, I don't know if they got enough basketballs. I mean, Amaya go score, Alfred go score, Janiyah can score, Claire's looking to score. Ours, you got a lot of scores. I think the South team, if they can dictate the tempo, they've got an advantage inside. So it should be a really good game. I know we're working on a couple of other 2021s that we possibly may be attending the event. But overall, I think this is going to be a great game. Really do. And I'm glad to see these kids from Mississippi get their last ride, as they say, off into the sunset. And it's an honor for us to have these kids participate in their last basketball game in the state of Mississippi to be a part of this particular event. So that's an honor in itself.
All right, going over to the 21 boys. North, Destin Buchanan from Tupelo TCPS, Donovan Sanders, Keithan Brooks, Damian McKnight, all from Lake Cormorant. Rock Robinson, 6'5", from Pontotoc. Eric Green from Starkville, runner-up. Matthew Smith, DeSoto Central. Rashawn McGregory, Houston. Kareem Thompson, Horn Lake. Nathan Boyd, Northeast. And Amarian Luss from Clinton. What do you got there, Talante?
I mean, it's too many guys to name. You know what I'm saying? We have a couple of guys who, of course, I know you say Eric was a runner-up, but he's a two-time champion. They lost to Clinton in a great game. Then you got, of course, the Lake Cormorant trio. They lost to Holmes County in the championship. They had a great senior run as well, so I'm glad to have all of those guys be a part of this event. Destin Buchanan had a great year over at Tupelo Christian. He's 6'5". I think he's going to Mississippi Delta. Rashawn McGregory from Houston, super athletic, 6'4", 6'5". He's going to Oklahoma. Definitely look for him to catch a couple bodies and some lobs and things like that. Rock Robertson, Pontotoc. I think he won Player of the Year like 3 times in their division. Of course, he can shoot it. Big shooting guard, 3 wingman. So I'm looking forward to that game. There's a lot of great guys in that game. And I think we did a great job of picking that senior class. We did miss a few, but for the most part, like I said, we had guys who made deep runs in the playoff, state champions. So that game should be really good from the North team.
On the South, we have Phillip Hughes, MRA, John Lucas Hartfield, AJ Richards, 6'7" from Callaway, Damon Haynes, 6'3" shooter from Wingfield, Alex Jordan, 6'1" from Hattiesburg, Jamal Escos, 5'9" point guard from Murrah, GJ Hared from Warren Central, Trey Tate, 6'6" from Germantown, Coterius Magic Shaw from Lanier, Tristan McKee, Constantine Morant from Hancock, and Josh Noble from Proline. I think that's a really good, like another good team from the South. Athletic, got some little bit of size. What's your thoughts, Talante, or anybody else want to jump in on that?
Of course, you got Phillip Hughes. I think he's a two-time champion as well. A two-time 5A champion. I think a two-time state champion. I could be wrong. Maybe they won 3. But I love Phillip Hughes. Definitely gets everybody involved. Very flashy point guard. Very fun to watch. So I think this All-Star game is going to fit him perfectly for his style of play. Coterius Shaw, I didn't get to see a lot of him in person. Actually, I didn't see him at all in person. Like Eddie always said, I thought EV was just gassing him up, you know what I'm saying? Until I got to see him play those semifinal and championship games. He can really pass the ball. He was a really good player as well. DJ Harrod is a tough, hard-nosed guard. He's going to come in and guard your best player and then give him some buckets on the other end. John Lucas, of course, another one of my favorite guys, athletic forward. He can dunk on you. He can shoot the 3. So he's been fun to watch all season as well. He's also a state champion, a 4A state champion. And who else do we have on that team that I'm missing?
I like the Esco. I like the Esco kid from Murrah. I know, me and Chucky, when we are recruiting, we don't really stay for the boys game, maybe a quarter or so. But he's one kid that if I'm in a game recruiting, I'm gonna stay and watch Esco, man. I just really like the kid. He's just one of the kids that you want to pull for. Super, super fast. Kind of remind me of an old school Rod Strickland type of game. So he's gonna be exciting to watch. And I will say this: a dead clock is right twice a day. And EV threw that out there about the kid being one of the best. Shaw kid, the kid that's from Lanier, right?
Yeah.
He is one of the best passes I've ever seen before in my life. Kid, he sees things like 3 seconds before it happens. It's almost like he's got a sixth sense. So I'll give EV his props. I thought he was gassing another kid up, which he does a lot. But he was accurate on this kid. He's a phenomenal passer. He threw in that state championship game, he threw a left hand. I guess he's ambidextrous, but man, he threw a left-handed full court pass. And it looks like he was looking in a press box when he threw it. And man, you couldn't have handed the boy. You couldn't have walked up and handed the boy the ball. I mean, it's like unbelievable, his accuracy. And that's one thing I think, I know we're getting ready to close, but we say this all the time. To make a pass is one thing, but to make an accurate pass, like me, I was a shooter. So I want that ball right in my pocket. I don't need to be down to the left, to the right. That 1 second throws your shot off. He just dropped some dimes, man. And he's going to be exciting to watch. He's a mixture of a Magic Johnson / Pistol Pete type of a kid. So, but should be a good game, I think. Should be a really good game.
Man, I'm really excited, Eddie, that you actually know who Pistol Pete is. That's impressive, dog. I mean, I was like, man, you got some brownie points for me on that. You know who Pistol Pete is? Wow, congratulations. Well, I tell you, man, I'm excited. This week's showcase, man, we're gonna be playing all day long. MRA and Madison at Madison Ridgeland Academy. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard all the players. There may be a few new pieces that we may add that may come along. You have injuries, you have different things that happen. Hopefully everybody will not get hurt. We did have a few late stretches due to injury and due to, other obligations, but this field is loaded. I mean, it's loaded. We're going to live stream it. A Division I coach just inboxed me and said, all right, well, we live streaming it. And so I just texted her back and told her we're going to be live streaming. So there are going to be people all over the country watching this game. And I thank God that we're able to put this on for the kids of Mississippi. And we're just going to continue to do those type of things. Let's get our last geeks in. Our last geeks, if we don't have anything else that we want to talk about, we'll start with you, Chucky.
Definitely, Evie. Appreciate y'all having me on tonight, and definitely looking forward to this weekend. I think it's going to be a highlight of our state. You know, like I said, we've all wanted to come together, man, to definitely promote it. And I just think that this is going to be a great opportunity for some kids to prove that their name is what it is, and some kids to actually get their name on the radar. So like I said, man, appreciate what you're doing.
Cordarius.
Man, I just looking forward to the showcase. That's all for my last geek.
Okay. Like you over there eating it, buddy. Caught him with a little food in his mouth. Talante.
Pretty much what everybody said. Guys, pull up to MRA Saturday. I know it's supposed to be a little rain in the forecast, but that's okay. Bring your umbrella because the guys and girls are going to be making it rain all day anyway. So definitely pull up. It's going to be a fun event. Like they said, we're there all day. Even if you come by the all-day pass, you can leave and come back. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I know a lot of people, not gym rats like a lot of us, don't want to sit there all day. So, but I'm looking forward to. We have some of the best talent from around the state, and it's very hard, guys, to put an event of this magnitude together. It takes a lot of planning, a lot of time. So just come out and enjoy it. The players who are hooping in it, come out and have fun and come out and compete. And we'll see you guys on Saturday.
Hey, can we change that ringtone, man, to something a little bit better? That's the corniest ringtone I've ever heard before in my life. Where'd you get that from? Is it my turn?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Listen, shout out to Coach Ross Haley and MRA for allowing us to host this tremendous event. Shout out to you. I know it's going to be a media frenzy in there. We've got Rashad Milligan coming over from the Dandy Dozen and Clarence Ledger Writer. We've got WAPT and Talante with his recruitment service and Southern Sports Platform. We got Lavelle Shoes Johnson with Mississippi Hoops Report. Mississippi Play Sports going to be in the building. C-Fail Chucky Productions going to be in the building. EV the Geeker podcast. I mean, we're going to be tweeting and writing and tweeting and writing and retweeting. We're going to be pubbing the heck out of these kids. And then we've got several Division I college coaches that'll be watching via virtual live stream. And then we're going to have a ton of JUCO, D2, D3 coaches. Unfortunately, a lot of JUCO coaches will be playing and they're still finishing their season. But I know Millsaps and a few others are coming over to watch some kids and throw out some offers. So this is a tremendous opportunity, a great platform. Me and my big brother, we go at each other a lot, EV. But I will say I'm glad that he brought this together. He really has a gift of bringing a collection of talent together, even though he's not talented at all. But I'll give him credit. He knows how to bring other talented people together to do something great. So I just want to say, to the big homie, you're doing a tremendous job, man. You're becoming a voice of the state, and obviously on a national scene, you've been a voice for a while. And this opportunity is going to be, if one kid gets an offer or a look or interest, then it was worth it, all of the hard work that we put in. So that's my final geek. Appreciate you guys, man. It's a great show, great thing that we're doing. My wife's got me some breakfast going right now. I'm having breakfast for dinner. You know anything about that, EV? When you can have breakfast for dinner, you got a wife that can cook for you, man, and that type of thing. So you have any clue about anything like that?
Have you seen my stomach and how it's grown over 26 years of marriage? And you asked me that question. You didn't come and eat at ask Chuck and Talante about my wife cooking. That they had their macaroni and cheese. They had that, We ain't just talking about the meat, the sides.
Let's talk about everything that you guys had. Come on, what else you had?
We ain't talking about the banana pudding. My wife is special, so you can see that with how special I've gotten big. But we're not going to talk about this. So I'm happy your wife is cooking some eggs and all of that type of stuff. That's great, man. I mean, I'm proud of you. I just want to say, man, just again, the showcase on, thank all of you guys for being a part of it and coming out and supporting. It's $10 at the door. It's 2 sessions, $10 for 4 games. So that's really, you're talking about a little under $2 a game, a little over $2 a game. And man, Delonte, I just saw that picture, dog. What was that popped up? Don't ever put that up there again. But anyway, then we got if you want to stay all day, it's $15. That's 8 games. I mean, that's under $2 a game. You know, there are some gym rats like myself. If you're the media, feel free, just holler at us. The ones that we don't know, just hit me in the inbox, man. We want as much media. We'll have photographers there, you know, like we have Charles, you know, like CFEL, you know, all of that. We're just gonna try to just put on a nice show. And again, glad we're able to put everything together. So again, thank you guys for watching. Make sure that you subscribe. Please subscribe. Turn on the notifications. You know, we're gonna continue to do this Talking Hoops in the Sip AAU season. We're gonna, you know, shout out to Eddie, who just put on a very good Mississippi Madness basketball tournament last week. It was very enjoyable, boys and girls. And Lamont Roy this weekend also will be putting on the Battle of the South. So it's a lot of basketball to watch this weekend. Come out to the showcase on Saturday and go check out the championships with Lamont Roy on Sunday. And you got your weekend complete. I'm just telling you, you're going to have, you know, you got everything that you want here in Jackson this weekend. So for Chuck Felton, Shoes Johnson, Eddie Young, Kadarius Jones, Talante Weber, I'm Coach EV, aka EV the Geeker, saying good night, good evening, and guess what? I lay you.